3 signs that something positively amazing is coming your way. Now, I'm going to use this from personal experience. These are all things I have personally experienced when it comes to something big coming along the way. So whenever I felt one of these signs, or a lot of times when these things were happening, it usually ended up with some kind of huge shift in my life or some kind of huge opportunity. So I will explain what these signs are, and I will also explain a little bit more detail about what ended up happening. And then you can see if some of these are happening in your life, or when they are happening, you can possibly do the same thing that I did. So that's coming up next. Before we get started, guys, check out HeartPath down below, which is my monthly membership program, which will show you how to start moving down the path of your heart, more exercises to help you get into your heart, and really just start moving in a way that helps you take leaps, helps you shift your life in just radical, transformative ways. So there's more information in the link down below in the description. So go check that out. And without further ado, we're going to move on to the very first sign in this video, starting with number 3. And number 3 is the calm before the storm. Now, you've heard me talk about this before if you've been a long-time subscriber of the channel or viewer of the channel. But what I want to explain is it's not just the calm before the storm, but it's how you handle the calm before the storm. A lot of times when nothing is really happening in the outside world, maybe no opportunities are coming in, maybe even there's silence for you in the sense of your connection with other people or whatever else it is. A lot of people start getting a little antsy. They start going a little stir crazy. They want things to happen, and they're having trouble really surrendering the happening to the universe, and they're trying to take full control over everything. And what I have found is if you just allow this calm, if you allow the calm before the storm, and what I mean is the calm before the manifestation or the opportunity or the space that is being allowed, you allow that space to continue being open for the universe to fill it. Because that space is going to be filled one way or another. It absolutely has to be. The question is, are you going to fill it, or are you going to allow the universe to bring something in to fill it? If you allow the empty space there, the silence, the calm to remain, and you embrace it, understanding that good things are on their way, good things will come. And so one of the things that happened for me is before a very massive business opportunity that I ended up taking and has so far been life transformative, is there was a very big calm before this happened. Nothing was really happening. I didn't know if I was going to get the opportunity or whatever else. And then just out of nowhere, of just not doing anything, I wasn't focusing on it. I had let it leave my mind. I just got about my day. And I remember I was walking the beach, and then the opportunity came in after I left the beach. And so if you just allow that calm to be there, if you just allow yourself to sit in that space in silence without going crazy, and understand, remember, you're in a co-creative process. There is going to be a process on the other side, the universe's process, which you have no influence over, or you do, but you can only get in the way if you try and control it. And if you allow that calm before the storm, a lot of times that space, that calm will be filled with a manifestation, with an opportunity, or something else. And this is something I have experienced time and time again, and you will too. Just remember, when you're in this situation, don't go crazy. Understand it's a part of the process. Before moving on, if that one resonated with you, or you're finding this video helpful already, make sure you hit that like button down below, and we'll get into number 2. Now, number 2 is very interesting, and one that a lot of people don't consider, but it's one that can serve you in so many magnificent ways. And this comes from the idea that an event is just an event. You have to understand, when an event happens to you, it's neither good or bad. It is our projection onto the event that makes it so. For example, there could be an event that happens to 2 people, right? With one person seeing it as a positive and one person seeing it as a complete negative, right? And it's going to influence you based on how you see that. So keep in mind, as we're going over this one, that an event is just an event. And so what I call this one, this sign, is chaos contrast. You have to understand, we live in a dualistic universe. We're going through a dualistic experience, which means that we can't have one without the other. That's relativity. You can't have up without down. You can't have the experience of up except in relation to the experience of down, or left or right, or hot and cold, good and bad, peak and valley, ebb and flow. You cannot have one without the other. They imply each other, and they're actually connected and one and the same if you really want to dive deep down into it. But ultimately understand that in this physical existence we're going through, we live in a dualistic experience. And so when you understand that, you can take a look at chaos when chaos is coming in your life and look at it in a very different way. And when you embrace the chaos and you understand it's actually contrast for you to see what it is that you don't want, and can also also make it crystal clear on what it is you do want, then magical things can start to happen. When you embrace chaos and you don't see it as bad, but you see it as a lesson, or you see it as something that's, again, a storm that's going to eventually smooth over, and when it smooths over, the opposite is going to come in, which is order, then you're going to be living in this magical pocket. And one of the things that I've learned that's so powerful is that when you make a shift, so let's say you're here, and then you are going through a transformation. Well, if you're moving away from this, isn't it going to be very chaotic right here as all these new things come in, new challenges come in, or whatever else? It's going to be absolutely chaotic. But if you embrace it instead of resisting it, then your new level of order will also come up to match up here. However, what usually happens is someone takes a leap, or they have some kind of transformation, or something good can happen. This is when self-sabotage, by the way, comes into play, and they take a little bit of a leap, and holy crap, it's chaotic here because you're out of your comfort zone. All of these old behaviors that you once did, you kind of have to outgrow them, and they get scared, and they go right back down to the order that's down here, the comfort zone, right? So for example, let's say someone's in the gym and getting some results, but they're really sore and they're going through those growing pains. And instead of continuing to go, which would create a new level of order up here, they go back down. And they go back down to the comfort zone and the order of that comfort zone down here. But if instead, when you take that and you embrace this chaos, your new level of order and homeostasis will be up there. And you can keep doing this. This is why it's so crucial to leave your comfort zone and not turn back, because you will keep creating new levels of order. But in order to get to that new level of order, you have to embrace the chaos. And so the sign number 2 is you are currently going through some chaos. These things are being kicked up. Lessons are there to be learned. Opportunities will come out of it, but you have to embrace it. Don't go back down. Don't go back down to that lower level of consciousness. Embrace this new level, ride it out, understand that good things are on their way. Again, something positively amazing is on its way, and this is another huge sign that that is the case. So don't get scared if that's happening. Don't bring yourself lower. Embrace it, and you will find that your new homeostasis, which just means your new default, your new natural state, will be at that level instead of going back down. And the final one, guys, is called magnificent momentum, or that's what I call it. And this one, again, is very simple. It's on the other end of the spectrum to the last one. And this is now you're building this momentum of positivity. You're seeing synchronicities. You're seeing opportunities come in. You are in this really good pocket of energy. And again, this is a great time to seize the opportunities that are going to come your way, because it's almost impossible if you are in this flow of energy and momentum for opportunities not to come in some form, especially if you're seeing little synchronicities. And so it is essential when you are in this place to take advantage of it. Again, you might be going through a calm before the storm. You might be going through some chaos that you need to embrace. But this is when, really a lot of great things are happening. Things are just flowing really nicely. Yes, there's going to be an ebb and a flow. There's going to be times when there's going to be chaos. Again, can't get to a new level of order without it. There are going to be times when there's going to be a calm. And it's just things are, really calm and not much is happening. But in this stage, you're really going through this positive flow. Things are working out really well. Maybe many opportunities are coming your way. And then in this stage, it's just using your heart, seeing what resonates with you, and then moving in that direction. Again, action is required. These things will be coming in, and it might be nice just to see them come in and embrace the feelings of those things coming in. But ultimately, you have to take hold of the things. Again, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So you do need to do your side of the co-creative process. But if you are in this momentum, opportunities will be coming in because you've created the space for them. You're creating that momentum in a certain direction. And so things on the same wavelength will come in, but they won't solidify unless you take action. Unless you look upon that thing, you actually move towards it, and you co-create with that thing, right? Again, we're in a co-creative process, not a process where something's just doing everything for us. It's not how it works. You're a co-creative being. You do need to take action. But if you notice that happening, just this incredible positive flow, and it's going on for a while, these opportunities will present themselves. The right person, again, the right opportunity. Make sure you're actually taking the steps necessary to make that come to fruition. All right, guys, that's 3 signs something positively amazing will be coming your way. These are 3 of the signs I've noticed the most in my life. I should have given you some more examples. I completely forgot. I can say leading up to Thailand, the 3rd sign, or I should say the 1st sign, which was basically the positive momentum was coming in. That's the one I experienced leading up to Thailand, just this positive momentum all the way to the moment where I actually took the action, booked the ticket, and was on my way. Again, I went over how a huge business opportunity came during the calm, during the storm. So there's many different examples in my life of this happening. And whenever I took, again, action upon it, whenever I actually learned the lessons, when I actually, again, I stepped up to the plate and co-created, great things came and actually solidified in my physical reality. And permanent internal changes occurred as well. So please make sure you're applying these things. As always, you are loved, and I will see you in the next one.